I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light. I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.
Hello, gentlemen and ladies, if there are any. Welcome to this live stream. Most of you will watch this recorded. It's fine. Highlight of the day, of course, is this flight from Lisbon to Innsbruck. Now, as you know, there's a sweepstakes going on, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Everything is in the link below, so you can read everything about it. I'm just gonna do something here real quick because I mix up my liveries. So instead of EasyJet, I picked the TAP Air Portugal livery. So I need to pick the right plane. It's only gonna take a moment. And there it is.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Yeah, GSX gets really nuts when I change aircraft. We're not really changing aircraft, we're changing livery, but Flight Simulator is the same thing. So let's close this. And close development mode. And there we go. Now it's correct. How about that? So, here we are. So let's start our business for today. Let me line up my track IR. There we go. Much better. So this is an EasyJet A321neo. So EasyJet does have 321neos, not just 320s. So I'm just setting up stuff here on my side. Sorry for that. Also waiting for people to join in. Anyway, let's we got our plane cold and dark today. Totally expected. Let's start our ground connections here. We already have GPU and chocks. We're just going to prepare the station here. Just operate the stairs. Let's select ground force. And here they are. They're gonna tow in the stairs to the aircraft, and we got external power already. Let's turn on our ADRs. Those are our inertial systems. Let's turn these on so we don't. I tend to forget those. So plane is coming alive, so it will take a moment to line itself up. It's actually one of the things I love the most. Ooh. That was loud. That was very loud. One of the things I love the most in Flight Simulator is just loading planes cold and dark. Let's switch this one off. We don't need two electronic flight pics. Can we actually switch this one off? No, apparently not. Oh well. Let's leave it like that for the time being. So, one question I got in one of my last streams with the A321neo is how you tell it's a neo. And I've done this, I think, in a previous live stream, but I'll do it again for the sake of those that asked, but they probably missed it. So the neo, the greatest characteristic of the neo is the engine. So the engines are slightly bigger, but even if you don't know that, there's a one telltale sign this is a neo is this aerodynamic appendage here. As well as if you look from the front, you'll see that it has a slight bulge on the right side. I don't know. Let me get a right angle. See this bulge? You won't see that on the CFM engine or on the IAE engine. It's very characteristic, very single characteristic of the neo aircraft. Now, as for the A321, of course, is a stretch version of the A320. That's actually a A320neo right there, so you can have a slight comparison of sizes. Actually, the biggest change in these aircraft are two sections, one added aft and the other forth, and makes the plane look stretched. A321 is actually an excellent design by Airbus. It's one of the most versatile commercial aircraft at the moment. So that's the reason why Airbus is about to surpass the Boeing 737 as the most sold and flown airplane in the world. So there are 30-something planes from that achievement, which is something. Now let's can carry on with loading our aircraft. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is load our flight plan as usual. Meanwhile, the system INS is lining up, still not available. It takes about we got 3 minutes left, that's what I meant. But we're going to prepare the aircraft for departure. Now today's flight is going to take us to Austria, Innsbruck airport. Like I wrote in the description, it's one of my favorite airports in the world. And yeah, I don't have many people watching. Hello, Mirsha. Just when I was saying I didn't have many people watching. Oh, you're driving. Oh, be careful, man. Be careful there, Mirsha. Like I was saying, if there's an issue with sound, mostly, picture I can pretty much monitor, but I can't really monitor the sound. So if there's an issue with the sound, please let me know, because I'm always tweaking my microphone settings and sometimes I mess things up. So this is the oldie radio panel here. I actually do not enjoy this panel, to be honest. So let's turn on everything for intercom, cabin, VHF 1 and 2. The PA will just leave it on just to listen to the PA announcements as kind of an environmental thing. So let's, like I was saying, let's prep the flight. We got everything set up via, as usual, Simbrief. So we got EasyJet 21 X-ray. Let's request our initialization data. So we're doing this via data link. Now it's been sent, now it's been received. And we can verify that our flight plan is loaded. Let's go back to the initialization and verify that it's Lisbon to Lowy. Lowy is the cow code for Innsbruck. And we got the alternate for ADDM. As for all the other data, we need to go back to the ATC com. We need to go to... Oh, we are listening to the music. I was wondering where our music is coming from. It's from the PA system. So let's go back to the 8SU AOC. Now let's go for the fuel. Now, as usual, I usually load this via GSX, but today, as I've done in a previous flight to save us some time, I'm just going to load instantly. And there it is, 9,200 kilograms. We'll confirm this with our data, but it's the block fuel that we asked to send. Now let's go back to the AOSC menu, and we're going to request a weather report for Lisbon. And let's go for the performance. I'm sorry, the boarding, I mean. So we're going to have 3,000 kilograms, 3,400 kilograms of cargo. We got a 2 out of 5 crew. Only 2. All right. And we got passengers, 78, 79, 66. So this one we're going to request via GSX. So board now and request. Should be hearing that the boarding is requested. And since we are in a remote platform here in Lisbon, we're going to need passenger buses. So the buses will be coming, and there it is. So let's carry on with the loading of the flight plan data. So now let's call in our ATIS. Let's open our Beyond ATC window here. Let's tune in 124.155. There it is. And I'm going to listen to our ATIS.
Wind 310 at 15. Temperature 27. 2.13. QNH 1018.
1018.
Landing and departing runway 02. Transition level 040. Numerous cranes in operation around Lisbon. Advise on initial contact you have information Zulu.
Alright. We got Zulu on board.
Lisbon Airport
Now
information.
let's call clearance, which is 118955. And as a small change, I'm going to handle the comms today, so I'm just going to leave the auto tune in.
Passengers boarding started.
So let's go here and let's call for clearance. Clearance delivery. Oh my God! I just flunked there. Sorry about that. Oh my. It's gonna. Yeah, sorry about that. Clearance. All right, there you go again. Clearance delivery. EasyJet 1 X-ray request IFR clearance to Innsbruck. There's more like it.
Easy 1 X-ray, a Lisbon delivery, expect runway 02 Exida 1 November departure. Squawk 251.
Exida 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board.
Oh my.
Please place your large bags into the overhead
Shut up.
wheels first. Keep your small
Don't be so loud. Expect runway 02 via Exida 1 November departure, squawk 2511, EasyJet 1 X-ray.
to help us ensure a prompt departure.
Alright, let's insert that via the Exida 1 November. We got no transitions.
755 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Alright. 121.755 when ready. EasyJet 1 X-ray. Alright. We got our INS system aligned. I just have to say that there's some rough weather in Europe right now, Central Europe, so we might get that. Not in Lisbon, clear blue skies today, but we might get some rough weather. So we will see. We will definitely see. This is not something we can avoid. We will, but we will try our best. So we got our departure inserted. All we need to do now is confirm our performances. So for now, we just need to confirm the zero fuel weight in CG. Now we got our preliminary load sheet in. So we got a zero fuel weight of 71.5. This is the preliminary. We're going to need to confirm it after crew, passenger, and cargo loading. So right now we are 85 passengers in loading. Fuel, cargo is also still loading. So we're going to need to wait, but we can have a prediction right now of 71.55 with a CG of 23%. Actually 33.1%. So we can load just that, 71.55 with 23.1% of CG. And we're going to insert our fuel planning of 9.2. This has been
Passengers bus is coming.
this has been predicted by although the buses are incoming. We're still loading. So all these data, predicted fuel was planned by Simbrief. We're gonna need to trust the system. Well, we're going to come back to this page in a moment after everything's been loaded, and I'll explain why in a moment. So let's bring up Navigraph. I'm going to import it from Simbrief, Lisbon. We got SID, and we got the Exida 1 November right there. So this is our departure lane, highway if you want. And we'll leave it at that for now. Let's go back to our tech log. I forgot to check before. Yeah, lavatory power socket inoperable. it's just a socket. It's not. It's a level 2, so it's no big deal. We can still go. As for, sorry, not mass imbalance, not yet. As for takeoff performance, it's going to calculate my takeoff performance based on what's briefed. So we may need to. I often come back here after passenger loading because of the takeoff weight. So so I'm going to pick full length runway 02, calculate. All right, and we got 167 to 170 VR and V2. It's perfectly normal to have V2 and VR coincide. Flex 57, this is probably a bug. Every single flight. Hello, Jose. How are you? Every single flight we do on this plane is always Flex 57, which is probably not correct. So, let's... how are you, Jose? How are you today? At 71.5. Let's edit this and let's see if we can get a different result. 71.5. And let's calculate again. Now our data is now different. We now got Flex 67, and V1, VR, and V2 are also different. So what I usually do is I go back here to our AOC menu and we request performance. So we need to go to our METAR data for the weather currently in Lisbon. So we got 27 degrees OAT, and we got a QNH of 1018. Sorry, come on, 1018. And now on the second page we will insert our estimate tow, which is 71.5, and that's pretty much it. And send. It's queued and it's been sent. Now we'll wait for the A2 messages to receive, and that should probably take a moment.
Portugalia 564 Charlie, request taxi to the active.
So the cargo doors have been closed. Sound on this plane is absolutely crazy. We can even hear the toilets flushing, which is crazy. It's probably too low for you guys to listen. I'm doing well, Jose, doing well. Bit hot today, but doing well. How was your vacation, Jose?
Passengers boarding starting.
Still don't receive the performance, which is weird, because I did send it. It was queued. Oh, I probably forgot runway 02. Or did I? I don't think I did. 271018. Next page, 71.5. Oops. Actually, that's not my tow. My tow is 0 fuel weight plus fuel, so it's gotta be 81. Sorry about that. So let's send. And for some reason it just deletes data. and it doesn't. Ah, there it is. So we have this. We don't receive a received message, but we do get the takeoff data via uplink here. So that was my bad. So we got 159, 159, 158. There's something wrong here. It's definitely not correct. V1 should never be above V2 for sure. So we need to go back to our takeoff and calculate it and do this manually, unfortunately. So 167, 170, so we're going to need to update 167, 170, and 170. We got again flex 57. We got flaps to 19 up, 1.9 up. And we got flex to temperature is 57 as fragged. Takeoff data is correct. Yeah, so there's a discrepancy in performance between the calculator and the data link. This is something I think FSL will address in the near future. Great, great. Happy for you, Jose. You deserved it because I wouldn't be able to do what you do, man. Every morning or almost any other day, broadcasting. It's real painful, I'm sure. All right, we got performance in here, so yeah, I think this is the problem. Instead of 80.4, I placed 81. But in any case, the initial performance was really wrong. Now it's correct here on the load sheet, 167, 170, 170. So this one's correct. The one that I got initially wasn't. So we got everything in. I'll just complete one simple. Oh, there's so many different performances, of course, because I asked for so many. So I'm just going to confirm the weights in. So we got 71.55. Instead we got 71.44. So we got less passenger or cargo. So let's go back to the other page. So 71.4 slash 22.6. I'm going to make it to 2.7. My bad. Alright, everything else will remain the same. You can also change all these data, the alternate reserves, alternate time, final time, takeoff weight, 80.4, it's correct, and the trip wind we need to actually request winds. This will take a moment, so we'll just leave it there. So we got everything set. We'll be a little below 3 tons of fuel on Lowy, which should be enough for our alternate. Now let's just finish one single final thing. So we're going to copy the active flight plan to a secondary one. We're going to insert here. We're going to insert here LPPT 02. We're going to make it 0 to 0, 10 miles here. On this PD1, we're going to set our holding pattern, return, and from this one, we're going to new destination. Whoops, sorry. It's going to be LPPT 02 again. Alright, so we got our alternate flight plan set. Actually, oh, I think it went full. Alright, hold on. Secondary flight plan, copy active. Let's do it again because I think I messed that up. So LPPT 02 020 10 miles. I'll explain what I'm doing in a moment. We're going to make hold to the right, correct. And after this one, we're gonna set our new destination LPPT. Alright, now it's done. So what I've been doing here in this last entry is I created a secondary flight plan that will enable me, if I have an engine out situation such as an engine flame out, I have an emergency procedure where I can hold with a single engine, and after that I can select come back to Lisbon, and then I can select runway 02 again to land no star. So what basically I'm preparing my aircraft just in case I have an engine failure. I got everything set up to return to the initial airport. But the flight plan is not edited, it's just a secondary flight plan, so it's always handy to do this. One final thing before we depart, because this has been long enough and we're already behind schedule, is I'm going to prepare my arrival just now to have proper fuel consumption calculations and all that. So I'll go here to briefing, routing, and I'm expecting low E runway 26 via XEBI 1X1 Bravo. So localizer runway 26. So let's use it's actually irrelevant for now. So, and now let's go for the XEBI 1 Bravo. We got no transitions here, no VS, so insert. Alright, so now we got proper fuel plan, and as you can see, it's slightly below, it's 100 kilograms below the initial EFOB, the expected fuel on board. Alright, so let's prep the plane. We're behind schedule, let's not waste that much time, so we're going to wait for the flap open indicator. We got some doors still. Actually, the doors have been closed, but the stairs are still here. Alright, let's start our APU. Now, I keep pressing that probe window heat button. Let's wait for the flap open indication. There it is. So let's start our APU. Now I'm going to go back here to the ATC. So we got squawk 2511. Let's set that up. (2511) set to auto TIRA. So squawk is set. And now we're going to wait for the APU to come alive. And we're going to request push and start. So takeoff runway will be 02, where we will see Jose waving at us in a moment. And APU available, so let's bleed in there. Let's call off our external power. And let's prepare our aircraft, for departure. GPU is off. We got our parking brakes set. Let's request our departure. So what we'll do is we'll turn on our wing lights, logo lights, set strobe to auto, beacon on. Let's see if this is enough, because sometimes I get puzzled what triggers GSX to auto prepare for push and start, which it doesn't do. So if it's not doing it, we'll do it manually. There's our chief. There goes the stairs, so we're being cleared. We'll call in for our push and start clearance in a moment.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, nice British accent. It's actually, most of the times in Portugal he's Brazilian for some reason. Right, gates are off. We got our APU. Let's wait for the pin to be inserted.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Affirm. So let's run our checklists. Gears and pins removed. Fuel quantity was set. Seat belts were on. ADIRs were on. Barrel reference is 1018. Cross check. Cockpit preparation checklist complete, which should have been done a moment ago. Before start, parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrusts are set. Windows are closed. Red band.
Locking gear.
Red band. And we got our beacon on. Alright. Before start checklist complete. Alright, let's request our pushman start. Let's just wait for our turn here. Ground airport, EasyJet 1 X-ray at gate 225, request push and start.
Easy 1 X-ray, Lisbon ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Okay, face west.
Release
Push
parking
is
brakes.
approved, facing west. EasyJet 1 X-ray. Alright, there we go. Parking brake released.
Sensing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting number 1. Here we go. One of the most beautiful moments in my simulation years is starting engines, to be honest. And takeoff. I guess takeoff first, start engines next. Both amazing moments, I think.
Alpine 73 Quebec Zulu is gate 11 for taxi via uniform 5 uniform 4 uniform 3
Oop.
Tango Yankee.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. They're gonna crash. Oh no!
Gate 114 via uniform 5 uniform 4
That was weird.
Alpha 2 Alpine 73 Quebec Zulu.
One's pulling up. Engine when available. Starting number 2.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes,
Over to Tower
oxygen,
118.105 Air Portugal 7 for November Alpha. Bye bye.
brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, or in the
Please
middle,
set parking brakes.
and 2 at the front of the cabin.
Parking
Waiting
brakes
for
is set.
confirmation for a good engine start.
Guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest
Almost there.
will be behind you.
Starting number 2.
In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt
Engine is motoring. It looks like it's not doing anything, but it is. Here it comes.
masks will drop.
This is all automated.
Pull a mask
FADEC system will start the airflow for N1, start rotating the blades, and after a moment it injects fuel, then spark, and we got engine start. It's all done by the automated FADEC system.
land on board. Take the life jacket from
Number 2 is available.
put it over your
Engine set to normal.
tape around
Let's
click together.
check our flight controls. Full
Pull the strap
left, neutral,
not inflate it
full
inside the
right,
aircraft.
neutral.
When outside, inflate
I'm looking at this ECAM, lower ECAM. Full pitch down,
blow into the tube.
neutral,
There is a light
pitch up,
whistle for attracting attention.
neutral,
We also
full rudder left,
grenades for children.
neutral, full rudder right,
Must now be stowed.
neutral. Flight controls checked.
Window
Alright,
doors open and seat
let's call in our guys on the ground saying we got a good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
After start checklist, NTI is not required, ECAM status checked, we still have to clear that nozzle wheel steering indication. Other than that is checked. Pitch trim, good call. Let's go for the performance. We got, should be 1.9 up. We got, you can see it here, pitch trim, so we got Set it at 1.9 up. Let's do that. And there it is, 1.9 up. Pitch trim set and rudder trim set to neutral. It's right there, neutral. So after start checklist complete. So once we got tow truck is disconnected, let's get it out of the way. Once it does that, affirm. We can request our taxi to the active.
Alpine 7615 Lisbon ground, pushback approved.
Where is the lady? There she is. She gonna show me the pin? Just like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. She shows the pin. There's the pin. No money. Cheerios, lady. Yeah, bye-bye. Oh, I got clearance. Let's call it in. Ground, airport, EasyJet 1 X-ray, request taxi for the active runway.
Easy 1 X-ray, runway 02 taxi via Echo, Mike 3, Mike 4 at Delta, November 2.
Taxi to runway 02 via Echo, Mike 3, Mike 4, Delta, November 2, EasyJet 1 X-ray. Alright, let's pretty linear taxi. Let's set our chrono for the taxi time. Parking brakes off. Let's set our flaps 2 as required. I'm just prepping everything up for the departure. Come on. Get out of the weight. Get out of your weight. Alright. Taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flaps 2 and check. Radar and weather predictions. So let's turn on our AFD and radar system is on. And engine mode select to normal. ECAM memo. We're still waiting for the. Actually, no. Oops, it's not turning. It will. Here we go, turning now. We gotta take off config. ECAM status no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Next gonna be the lineup checklist. Look at Transavia, Buzz, Ryanair. Let's see if we can see Jose now. So, one final look outside. We got a Vueling plane. So we need. So, oh, hold position for traffic. Where? Holding position, Easy 1 X-ray. Where's the traffic? Did it meant the Vueling? Oh, too late, baby. Continue taxi, Easy 1 X-ray. So we're gonna go for November 2.
Easy 1 X-ray, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
118.105, Easy 1 X-ray. So let's see if it tunes automatically. Here we go. And we're gonna wait till we're ready to call it in. So this is November 2. That one is Mike 5. So we're gonna stop right here and we're gonna perform the final checks. Cabin is ready. So we are going to call it in. Ground, Lisbon Tower Airport, EasyJet 1 X-ray, full ready, runway 02 for departure. Keep saying Air Portugal. Where's Airport Wings? Right there! Let's zoom in.
To 5 runway 02, cleared for takeoff.
Oh, the Fiat Multipla is white now, but it is there. Look at that. Bye bye. Hey, well, is there a little person there? No, I don't think it is. It looks like a lamppost or something. There's Jose. Say goodbye, Jose. Clear for takeoff, runway 02, EasyJet 1 X-ray. So let's do this. So, come on.
Air Portugal 1558, Lisbon Tower, continue.
Hey, I'm gonna do something better here. Let me do this in a moment. Stand by. Let me just line up.
Alpine 7615, hold short of 02 is departing traffic.
Come on. Jose! Alright. Here we go. Now I need to close it. Now let's not make a mess out of this. Gray red band. There we go. Line up checklist. Runway 02, TCAS system is on. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Let's go. Flag set. SRS set. Airspeed alive. Oh, no, 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 no. My bad, my bad. Go back in. Go back. Forgot to press the button. It was the window opening. It was a window opening. 120.
Air Portugal 1542 is go around. Fly runway center line.
I caused the go around. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Air Portugal 1542, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13 speed.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, Air Portugal 1542. Talk to you in a minute.
Nah, I never cancel anything.
Easy 1 X-ray, contact Lisbon departure 119.105.
Departure on 119.105, EasyJet 1 X-ray. Autopilot on. Speed check flaps 1. Departure EasyJet with you, 2,400 feet. Speed check flaps up. Flight level 170, Easy 1 X-ray. No one saw that departure. It's everything's fine. Don't worry about that, Jose. QNH to standard. Runway turn off. Everything else is set. Yeah, opening that window wasn't a good idea, was it? Forgot to set the clock, forgot to... And I do need to check on that red band, both red bands. Alright, we're clearing out of Lisbon Airport following the flight plan to Exeter. So let's turn on the constraints. A lot of stuff missed. Took a lot of time prepping the plane anyway. Yeah, no one noticed it. I mean, you got some awesome footage though. with that takeoff, didn't you, for your channel? So I'm setting up cockpit for night operations already, because it will get to dusk in a moment. And we're just gonna set it up just enough to have some backlit panels. Sometimes people ask me if this whining is normal. Yeah, it's absolutely normal. This jet whine on the Neo, on the LEAP engines, is absolutely standard. There's nothing wrong with the engines. Maybe it swallowed a couple of birds or two when I made that runway diversion, but no one saw that. Come on. The reason why the plane veered off was because I had my paddles disconnected. So the paddles were only operating the nose wheel, and at certain speeds the nose wheel just becomes inoperative because it's so fast, and so the plane becomes you know, it loses control. So I need to turn on the pedal system for the rudder, and that's what was turned off. That's why it veered off. Passing 10,000 feet. External lights off. Now, for those that fear that this may take too long to go to Austria, don't worry. I'm going to make what we call a technical jump. So this, the Flight Sim Labs has the capability of, let's turn to ATC off for now. The Flight Sim Labs has the capability of making a jump on the flight plan, so it can literally teleport itself. So I'm not going to make the full flight in real time. I've done it before, but it's rather pointless for you guys to follow it like that. So we'll make a jump. We will look at the flight plan in a moment, and we'll see where we're going to jump. So we are currently off the final waypoint to Ixida, so this will be the SID final point. Let's zoom in here. So we're currently somewhere over here, and we'll leave the SID at Ixida. We no longer need this chart. And once more, I don't have a flight map. Yeah, this electronic flight bag sometimes gets really bored. And I think I lost it completely. Let's see. Ah, no, there it is. Alright, so here we are. This is the bad weather I was talking about. You can see there's some rough weather. I hope we can reach our destination. Apparently in Innsbruck itself there's no bad weather, but we are going to get slammed. I'm almost sure. Look at that. We're going to get slammed till we get there. These yellow and red, that's the big worry. Big worrisome weather. It's mostly around Germany, France as well, central France, but mostly Germany. Oh, this is for me. Contact center 119.55. Let's set the auto respond now to have the co-pilot call in. Lisbon Center, Easy 1 X-ray with you, flight level 140. Let's get the clearance for our cruising altitude.
Easy 1 X-ray, Lisbon Center. Good afternoon. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 340.
Now my co-pilot will respond.
Climb to flight level 340, Easy 1 X-ray.
Alright, my track IR is now turned off. So like I was saying, there's some rough weather Central Europe. We're gonna get through it. That will lead me to probably plan my jump closer to the weather system. So I'll probably jump over France to Germany and hope that we don't get into a supercell. That will be fun. Still got ways to go. In the A350 we can accelerate up to 4 times. In this plane I think it's even better because we can actually teleport. I can actually just teleport right now to any point in time, but yeah, I don't like cheating that much, so I prefer to get to top of climb, and then after a while, once we're settled, then I'll activate the jump, the teleporting system. So this is our flight, our little jet that could. Airbus A321neo from EasyJet. This is a mid to long range aircraft platform. It doesn't necessarily mean that all 321neos are long range, but those that are long range, the XLRs, have up to 3 fuel tanks inside that enables them to make transcontinental flights, so from Lisbon to New York, for example. The A321neo as a whole also have the option to have the auxiliary fuel tanks, so up to 2 internal tanks that occupy the cargo system of the plane, so the cargo hold, and they can hold fuel for extended range. So it's very versatile, and you can easily transform what would be normally a mid-range plane into somehow long-range plane, fairly easy by just adding some fuel tanks. Now I think FS Labs did a terrific job with this plane. The Neo is a very recent plane, I would say. It's not that recent, but in terms of simulation it is. We didn't have any decent Neos before. This is the first decent Neo. We are expecting Phoenix to deliver their own version of the 320 and 321neos later this year, but until then, this is the undisputed king for the Neo variant. And Neo stands for new engine option, as most people would know, and that adds 2 different new engine types: the CFM-led LEAP engine and the Pratt & Whitney variant. They are, of course, more powerful. They have a bigger radius, so they can be more powerful. They're about 20 to 25% more efficient, and some say arguably more silent. I don't agree with that. I think the Jetwine can be very, very loud, but you know, it's an alternative to the CFM and the IAE. CFM is a very reliable engine. I think that it's the most flown engine, I believe, currently in the world, between Airbus and Boeing, of course. Boeing 737 also flies the CFM. The LEAP engines, they're getting there. There aren't as many CEOs or CFM-IE engined aircraft as there are Neos, so Neos still have a long way to go to replace the CEOs, but they're very reliable. And like I was saying in the beginning, Airbus A320 family, that includes the A319 and the A321, are rapidly taking over the skies as the most used and most frequent seen and flown aircraft in the world. Previous record is held by Boeing with the 737. Airbus is about 25, I think 27 or something aircraft from overtaking the Boeing 737. So those are absolutely great news. So we're passing flight level 220 now. Still have about 80 miles to reach our cruising altitude. So I'll just turn off the seatbelt signs for our little passengers back there. And I'll take a little walk, a little stroll through the cabin. So let's just do that. Let's turn back. The door is already open, which should be, but, you know. And it looks like the door is open. Look at that. I hope it's not. You think the door is open? Oh my, is it? I'm scared to just go there. Now let's do that. Let's assume the door is closed and that's just a glitch. So let's turn. So what's going on with my keys now? They're not responding. Come on, here we go. So let's turn around. Come on, why aren't you moving? There we go. Is the door open? Tan. Let's turn. Is the door open? No, the door is closed. It's just a glitch. Yet another glitch for FS Labs to take note. So this is our cabin. People appear to be extremely calm, even though there's no one flying the plane currently. Well, the autopilot is flying the plane, but I would be scared to see nobody there, to be honest. Which brings us to that infamous desire from Michael O'Leary from Ryanair to have one single pilot on the cockpit. Now, if you have to think about it for a moment, pilots also need to go to the bathroom, right? So what happens when the pilot goes to the bathroom? Well, Michael has a solution. Michael O'Leary from Ryanair says, well, just have a flight attendant trained in the basic of flying, and she'll take over once the pilot is away. Is that enough? Would you trust your airplane to a quote-unquote trained flight attendant? Well, let's not dwell into that realm of possibilities for now. Ironically, a few years ago, when discussion began, everybody was against it, and it was clearly not a feasible thing to do back then. But now I'm not so sure. There's some people actually saying, yeah, why not? Save on wages, save on crew, save on, you know, save. One thing we cannot save is safety, right? Well, let's reset the camera here. I never got around to these cameras from MFS. The cameras used to be so easy to control back in the day. And I think this door should be closed from the start, but I didn't even look back. So still about 30 nautical miles from top of climb. And I'm going to show you that feature. It's called jump ahead, and I can easily pick one of these steer points as my jumping point. And when I do that, let's say I want this one, Luxon. I'm going to look into it. I'm not going to do it right now. It will tell me that when I do that jump, I'll be at flight level 340, 0.78 Mach speed, with 3.6 fuel on board at 2011 Zulu time. So it will take me more or less 1 hour and a half forward, more or less. But now I need to check which steer point I'm going to jump into. So there's a lot of steer points here from where I'm at in Portugal currently and all the way down here. There's a problem with making this jump, which is if I do it now, let's say to Germany, I'm hoping that Beyond ATC, which is a software I use for the air traffic control, will direct me to switch stations to Germany. But it's set up in such a way that will hand me off next to Spain, then France, then Germany. So making this jump will probably mess Beyond ATC, and sometimes it messes so badly that it messes beyond recognition, so full bar. So doing this jump is always risky, and there's another extra element of, you know, of sphincter, if you want, sphincter closing, which is the fact that I am going to make a jump into an active thunderstorm, so I need to be careful where I pick my destination. And another issue is that Innsbruck, the approach it starts way back, so because I need to navigate between some mountains, literally, I need to start my descent and my planning way before I do that. So what I'm going to do is, it looks like there's a huge thunderstorm in France here, and then there's a small cluster here, and then there's a fairly clear, well, it's still turbulent, but it's fairly clear weather-free or severe weather-free zone here, and that coincides with this steer point, which is Corad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick Corad, and I'm going to see how much further I can go. There it is, Corad. So if I jump to Corad, I'll jump still in flight level 340, so I'll not jump below the top of the descent. So we're reaching our cruise altitude currently, flight level 340. The plane will be leveled, and that's a good time to make this jump. Now I'm going to arm it, and here goes nothing. Let's jump ahead to, how much time will it be? 2028. So yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes ahead in time. Let's see how this goes. So wish me luck. 3, 2, 1, and jump. Whew. All right, let's stabilize. Let's stabilize. All right, we're good. Now let's hope that, not good yet. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. All right, that was a huge jump, probably bigger than I wished, but we got our. All right, sending us to Zurich radar, so we're already in Switzerland. That's good.
Center on 126.225, easy 1 X-ray. Have a good evening.
All right, so I think we're good.
Zurich radar, easy 1 X-ray, flight level 340.
Yeah, I think we're good. Now, for the sake of you guys watching, I'm going to bring the sun back, because a lot of people complain that I often approach during the night. I can't help it because that's the time I got to fly, so I'm sorry about that. So exceptionally, I'm going to bring the time of day back so that you guys can see better the approach, because the approach is actually pretty beautiful. So now I need to prepare my approach, and I hope that this approach will be easy. So let's try to see if do I have an RNAV. Yeah, I got an RNAV for runway 26. Now I just need to know which one of these are. So I think I'm going to pick this one via that Sebi one. I got no vias though. It's going to be a mess, to be honest. So let's see where that brings me. So it's going to be a direct to runway 26 out of this weird looking approach, but we'll see. We still got 80 miles to start preparing everything, and I hope I'm getting a proper clearance, because most of the times I just get, you know, a SID and a star. And Innsbruck is, you do need radar vectors for Innsbruck, to be honest. So yeah, the jump feature on the Flight Sim Labs does work. It is quite helpful, but sometimes Beyond ATC doesn't like it. Other than that, the plane takes a moment there to line up to catch its direction. Once it does, it works pretty good. I could make another jump for the next waypoint, but we're so close to it, I fear that I may do something wrong and just go beyond the desired path, and I just want to stay here for now. 80 miles looks like a lot, but it isn't. We can cover it pretty fast. One other thing that can happen when when we make these jumps is that weather clears, because I'm using active sky as an injector. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to active sky window. You're not going to be able to see it, but I'm checking the weather. So the weather should be overcast, but unfortunately due to that jump it's not. But I'm going to force it to download the weather just now. Alright, just force the download of a new weather for this region. Let's see if it updates. There it is. Alright. Alright, so now it's working. That's another issue. So now we have weather, and we got some cloud formations up ahead, but like I said earlier, it's no big deal. So it just cleared. There's an issue with how the weather radar works in Flight Simulator. Unfortunately, you cannot operate tilt, so you can't. Doing this does nothing. This is a tilt. It's always looking forward, and it's uncontrollable. The tilt is uncontrollable, actually, which is unfortunate. You can only see forward, and that's not the way radar works, and it's actually not that useful if it just does that. So let's zoom out. You can see that there was a discontinuity on my flight plan. That's because the final vectors are given by radar, hopefully, for Innsbruck. The runway today is 26, so it's not that bad. If I needed to go the other way around, that will be an issue, because that other approach requires an RNAV approach that's really a pain in the rear end, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's check out our checklist just to prep the plane for the descent. So on the approach phase, we need barrel reference, seat belts, minimums, an auto brake, and engine mode selector. Okay. So let's enter destination data. That's exactly what the airplane is actually telling us to do. So first of all, let's ask for the weather for Innsbruck, and let's go back to our performance here. What's going on here? There it is. So let's check out the weather for Innsbruck. Hopefully it's a-okay. So we got a few clouds, broken clouds. We got very little wind with variable 2 knots. So what we'll do is we'll insert our QNH 1014. Temperature OAT is 16.3. And now the winds. I don't have a previous wind indication, but variable isn't something I can just input, so I'll just maintain runway heading. So 260 at 2 with the variable wind, 260 at 2, something like that. Now we're gonna land with config 3, full flaps, because the runway. All right. Oh, I'm gonna go for 08. Oh no, oh no, oh no. All right, let's go 08. So I don't know. So it's the, it doesn't tell me which one it is. So I'm just gonna go for the Zulu RNAV via Xebi. All right, let's accept it.
Expect Xebix 1 Bravo, runway 08, Easy 1 X-ray.
That's the one approach. That's the one approach to 08. We'll handle it. No big deal. It's a direct approach almost. So I prefer 26 because it's a more stabilized approach with radar vectors, but this one is not that bad. It's just funky because we need to navigate between the mountains. But it's fine. It's okay. We're not mice. We're men. We can handle it. Alright, 20 miles out for the top of descent. We'll just wait a little bit before we start descending. We don't want to go into the soup that soon, but let's call in our passengers back to their seats. I just hope there's no bad weather down there, so you guys can see the approach, because it's really beautiful. So let's pick up our low-E approach star, which should be Xebix 1 Bravo. This is the one, and the approach should be runway 08. Where is it? Visual, RNP, visual, yeah. Well, no, it's the Zulu one. Come on, baby. Give me a moment here. I'll go back to you. Alright. Yeah, see? This is the infamous between the clouds approach, and then if you have a missed approach, it has a very specific procedure to do as well. You just can't maneuver between this valley until you reach this point. Alright, baby, alright.
Xebix 1 Bravo, runway 08, call when ready, Easy 1 X-ray.
Let's hope for the best, right? So let's alright, we're going to go through Xebix and then direct to this waypoint here at flight level 130. We're going to be ready for descent. Seatbelt signs are on.
EasyJet 254, flight level 312.
Easy 1 X-ray, ready for descent.
There we go. Hello, Andrew.
Easy 1 X-ray, descent.
Thank you for coming.
150.
150.
Descent to flight level 150, Easy 1 X-ray.
So we select the altitude and press the little button so we can go manage descent.
To EasyJet 254, Zurich radar, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 350.
Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside.
Continue climb to flight level 350 to EasyJet 254.
And window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in
Alright.
newspapers or magazines.
So let's go back to our flight plan. So this is going to be a twitchy little turning thingy, but as you can see at Lowy, at Innsbruck, there won't be any major significant weather, so the approach will be cool. Let's just make our landing calculations here. So I'm going to use runway 08. QNH1014, config full. Let's have full reverse. Calculate. So VAP is 139. So yeah, the gradient is 20%, so should be fine. So 139 knots. Let's go to Munich radar now.
Contact Munich radar 120.
There's some soup up there.
Munich radar, Easy 1 X-ray, descending via Xebix 1 Bravo, flight level 308.
There's some soup down there for sure. You see these mountains there? I'm going to need to turn on the terrain on ND. Yeah, those mountains can be a real pain. So my co-pilot is already on terrain on ND, and then I'll also go through to that mode so that I can see terrain. I don't really need weather radar in the valley. And for those wondering, yeah, the parallax effect with the clouds is not looking good in MSFS. I think the parallax is too accentuated with clouds for some reason. But still looks better than nothing, I suppose. You went golfing, Andrew? Really? That's new. Alright. And needless to say, for those watching, that we got a giveaway going on. So you can see on the lower left on your screen, I'm giving away FS Labs A321neo for free for one lucky winner. You can read all about it in a post I've done earlier, and also a small video. But shortening it, I need to reach 100 subscribers. That's not much. It is a lot for me. It's not much for most people, most channels. But I need to reach 100 subs, and after that, you can come here to the chat and tell me why it should be you winning that A321neo. The person that impresses me the most flamboyant, the most, I don't know, imaginative guy will win for sure. And I'll pick it live. The contest or the giveaway has no time limit. I just need to reach the 100 subs. Once I do that, and the next live or during that live, if I reach 100 subs, I'll announce the winner live. So I'm being ambitious here, because I honestly don't know if I can reach 100 subs in 2 weeks, but I expect to give it away in 2 weeks if you guys want to. If after those 2 weeks I still didn't reach 100 likes, we'll think about something else. But I do need to reach 100 subs, guys. And I appreciate everyone been sharing my streams. I know this isn't for everybody. I know some people would rather watch paint dry than watching a guy flying a plane, but I tell you, all or most of what I've learned back in the day was reading books or reading manuals or reading stuff. There wasn't such thing as YouTube videos. Let's contact Innsbruck approach. I think I'm a little too high, but we'll see.
Contact Innsbruck approach 128.975, Easy 1 X-ray.
Sorry about the clouds. There's nothing I can do about the weather, but things will get better once we reach Innsbruck.
Flight level 203, we have November.
Easy 1 X-ray Innsbruck approach, QNH1014, expect Victor runway 08 with the Elman transition.
Yep, that's what I got. So I got the Victor. Oh, that Victor. Stand by. I think I picked the Zulu. Yeah, I need to pick the Victor. Sorry about that. Will be Xebi Elmham. Now, did it change too much? Yeah, it changed somehow, but we'll get there. It's a even more direct approach than before, so it's even less dangerous, I'd say. So like I was saying, back in the day when I was starting flying simulators, I didn't have these kinds of videos with guys flying, showing me how to do stuff. And needless to say, I came to enjoy sharing my knowledge with other people, and I just wish I had this kind of help when I was starting, but I didn't, unfortunately. But now that I'm here, I'll do my share. 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Easy 1 X-ray.
I still don't know why we're flying so fast, though.
Easy 1 X-ray, clear direct Elmham. Cross Elmham at or above flight level 130. Cleared on Victor runway 08.
Let's extend some spoilers here.
Direct Elmham. Cross Elmham at or above flight level 130.
Because we're about to exceed the never exceed speed. Because we're descending so fast. Let's extend the fold. And this guy is not decelerating. Why? We should be at 310 knots at Elmham. Let's turn on the RNAV approach. And let's turn on our terrain on ND, because we need to see where we're going now. Come on, why aren't you decelerating? Well, let's do it by hand, because I really need to go slower than that. Yeah, I'll bring back that speed brake. All right. So now we literally need to look outside. Let's start our descent now. I believe our next descent, I need to check the charts. Stand by, bear with me. So 130 and then... Yeah, I'm in danger of not being able to land this plane because of all the stuff I need to do. Remember, boys and girls, there's a reason why planes need to fly with an extra pilot.
Innsbruck Tower, Easy 1 X-ray.
So 10, there's our runway there. So we need to go really faster than this.
Innsbruck Tower, with variable, runway 08 clear to land.
So clear to land.
Runway 08 clear to land, Easy 1 X-ray.
Why is it accelerating? Let's go for our VAP. There's something wrong with this VNAV for this particular approach. So I'm doing this by hand. Altimeter should be 1016. And I'm still way above and overspeed like crazy. You can see the runway up ahead. I'll show you in a moment. Let's turn on my track IR. Alright, here we go. It's counter. Yeah, I know. I really need to program this spoiler thing. Let's turn to the right. Flight director is completely out of this world. I don't really know what's going on here. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to fly by hand. I've done this so many times and it always went quite well, but not today. Sorry about that. The approach is completely off. But we're gonna make a nice manual landing because there's no wind today, so we got full spoilers.
Sync rate.
Yep.
Sync rate.
I know.
Sync rate.
Yeah, this is gonna be a go around, isn't it? Gosh darn it. EasyJet 1 X-ray going around. Too fast.
1000.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Fly the published
Too low.
missed approach
Terrain.
procedure. Easy 1 X-ray.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Approach 128.975.
Too low. Terrain.
Contact Innsbruck approach 128.975. Easy 1 X-ray. Talk to you in a minute.
Too low, too fast, too everything.
Innsbruck, Easy 1 X-ray. Good afternoon. 3,300 feet.
Easy 1 X-ray, welcome back. Continue.
Continue. Easy 1 X-ray.
Let's just wait for the let's just wait for the radar vectors. It's gonna be a mess of a turnaround, but I'll get there. So the missed approach procedure. Oh my god, I need to study these charts better. Why, oh why, isn't my flight director following the flight path? What am I doing wrong here? I don't think I'm doing wrong here. Anything wrong here. Just turning off the flight director for a moment. Just focusing on flying the plane. I'm going to request vectors. Tower, easy 1 X-ray, request vectors to land. Let's see if it gives me vectors to land.
Contact tower, Easy 1 X-ray.
That's not very helpful. Approach requests vectors to land at Innsbruck.
Aircraft calling for new approach. Say call sign.
Easy 1 X-ray.
Easy 1 X-ray. Roger. Say approach.
Visual, runway 08.
Easy 1 X-ray. Confirm new approach visual runway 08.
Affirmative, runway 08 approach, easy 1 X-ray.
Easy 1 X-ray. Innsbruck approach. QAH1014. Expect a visual approach runway 08.
That's another issue. 014.
QN H1014. Expect the visual approach runway 08. Easy 1 X-ray.
Missed approach is 6,000. Keep going up and above and below. So I'm following the following the procedure to the escape point over there, which is PIT, which gives me enough room to maneuver. But I'm not sure it's going to tell me to go around. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, considering the fact I got less than 3,000 kilograms of fuel and flying between the mountains, it's still a beautiful sight. And I'm flying the plane by hand, which isn't that bad. It should be 6,000 feet here. I might as well just switch on the altitude autopilot. Maintain present heading. Let's maintain QNH 1014. I really don't know what it's telling me to do right now. But or I don't know what it's expecting me to do right now. That's more like it.
EG1 X-ray, turn left, heading 265. Expect further clearance in about 52 miles.
265. What is this guy doing to me?
Turn left, heading 265, EZ1 X-ray.
It's a U-turn. It's definitely a U-turn. I hope I can clear the mountains. Didn't tell me any altitude to maintain, so I'll just keep this one, 6,000. Ooh, I don't like this. I bet there's a goat there looking at me right now. Ooh. Oh, that's too low.
Terrain.
Yep.
Pull up. Pull up.
Alright, autopilot off. I don't trust this turn at all. You heard him. He said left turn 265.
X-ray, turn left, heading 200.
200.
Turn left, heading 200, EZ1 X-ray.
Oops.
Too low. Terrain.
Yep.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
I know. Come on, 200. I'm not going to be able to clear those mountains. This is
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
This is not standard
Too low.
procedure.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
Turn right,
Too
heading
low.
260,
Terrain.
EZ1 X-ray.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
I can't turn to 260. It's not giving me clearance to
Too
do
low.
stuff correctly.
Terrain.
Now I can
Too
turn
low.
to 260.
Terrain.
Ooh. Clouds are coming in. It's not looking good, guys. I can only imagine what it would be like to be a passenger on this flight. Especially knowing that it's not a real pilot, it's actually a simmer. Can you tell I'm a simmer? Yep, you can. Yeah, the approach is not insane. The problem was that my plane wasn't following. Shut up, please. The plane wasn't following the correct RNAV approach for some reason. So the problem was that basically I was too fast. I was nosediving literally because performance was messed up. Now, I'm not going to start blaming the plane. I may have done some.
Turn right, heading 325.
325. I can't go 325.
Heading 325. Easy
I'll
one
just go
X-ray.
forward and hope for the best. Unless I need to climb. So the idea is, again, I don't want to blame the plane, but I may have done something wrong. Whoop, what happened? Weather probably picked up. So I may have done something wrong, so I prefer to blame the pilot. I've probably done something really wrong, but at the end of the day, I also didn't read the charts to follow the correct missed approach procedures. I actually mentioned it when I was coming in.
Heading 335.
335.
Turn right. Heading 335. Easy one X-ray.
Where's 335? It's gonna take me directly into that mountain. I need to climb for clearance altitude, 3,000 feet. Let's follow the correct procedures. So 335. This, by the way, is the ATC giving me vectors, so it's trying to guide me, although it doesn't seem to know that there's mountains around me. So I'm going to go up to the flight level 130, which is the clearance altitude according to the charts. And bam, there we go. Hopeful.
1 X-ray. Turn left. Heading 270.
270.
Terrain. Pull up.
Turn left. Heading 270. Easy one X-ray.
270, here we go. Yep, I got some low fuel tanks. It's nothing serious, I just need to turn on the crossfeed. Continue to climb, come on, don't go down. This plane has a tendency to lower the nose at some point, but this is a fly-by-wire plane. It doesn't do anything unless the pilot commands it to. So let's clear the master caution. Land as soon as possible. So I got the left right wing tank low level. How much fuel do I got? Whoa! 1,000? God damn, did I waste so much fuel with this? Got 1 ton of fuel left. Let's trust the system. There's nowhere for us to go. We got a Mayday fuel. Gotta stick to it. We should have landed about 20 minutes ago. Still going.
Easy 1 X-ray. Descend to flight level 109.
109er. 109er? What the hell of flight
Descend to flight
altitude
level
is that?
109er. Easy one X-ray.
It's 11,000 feet or more or less, give or take. Alright, let's start reducing our speed again, because I don't want to take chances now. Let's do 180 for now. Let's go for the 160. Let's not do anything hasty, but we really need to land now. Airport is somewhere behind this mountain here, so might need to go up ahead and make a left. Very tight. I hope I make it left turn. Let's prepare our plane to land. Stay on your assigned altitude for a little longer. Speed check flaps 1. Got a Mayday feel here. Unfortunately, the FS Beyond ATC does not simulate Mayday calls, so it doesn't matter if I do call it in. Come on, tell me to make the turn, come on. Speed check flaps 3. I'm running on fumes here. Alright, I'm gonna call it. Sorry about that, ATC, but I really need to land here. I'm running on jet fumes. Let's not crash this. Come on. No, I'm not going to do that.
Turn right.
Sync rate.
335.
Sync rate.
Easy 1 X-ray.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
I know. This is not going well. Let's lower the gear.
Easy 1 X-ray. Turn right.
I need the drag.
55.
Turn right. Heading 45.5. Easy 1 X-ray.
Approach set. Come on, follow the approach now. Alright, here goes nothing.
Easy 1 X-ray. Turn left. Heading 010.
I'm sorry, unable.
Turn left. Heading 010. Easy 1 X-ray.
Speed check flaps full. Speed brake set to medium. Running the approach and landing.
2,500.
Approach checklist, barrel reference set, seatbelts are on, minimums are set, auto brake as required. We got medium, engine mode selected as required. Let's go here quickly to the performance page. And let's set barrel reference to 200 for the radial altimeter for minimums. Alright, I think we're set. Let's make this a fully visual approach as we requested. As we say in Portuguese, this one's for the black ball. Snooker reference. 138 VAP. Landing checklist. Yeah, we need to clear that. Stand by. Alright, landing checklists. ECAM status no blue. Landing checklist complete. So let's do this. We are slow and we are good. Runway's right up ahead. Just need to take it easy. Wind. There's some tailwind here. It's actually helpful at this stage with that I don't really want to add too much. I am not going to do that, sorry.
Turn left, heading 360, easy 1 X-ray.
In fact, I'm going to try to contact the tower already. Which is...
Innsbruck Tower, easy 1 X-ray, visual runway 08.
Easy 1 X-ray, Innsbruck Tower, wind variable, runway 08 cleared to land.
Alright, here we go, clear to land.
Runway 08 cleared to land, easy 1 X-ray.
Still no visual. There's the run.
Terrain.
Here we go. All passengers, brace for impact. Nah, just joking. I think we got this, boys. We're a little low. There's no going around. Unless I can land in the highway, which is a possibility. 2 whites, 2 reds. Just drive it like a Cessna.
500.
500, check.
Hundred above.
Check. Bit too high.
Minimum.
Continue.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Yeah. Hold on to your panties.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. Retard.
Brake set. Reversers. 2 green. Idle. Auto brake off. Welcome to Innsbruck. What took us so long? That was easy, wasn't it? Start our AP here. How about that as an approach, huh? Well, let's see what gate we're gonna get assigned. Innsbruck ground there, Easy 1 X-ray, runway vacated.
Innsbruck Tower, Easy 1 X-ray. You need to make a taxi request and check the frequency.
What? What? What was that?
Easy 1 X-ray. Request taxi to allocated gate.
Easy 1 X-ray, ramp 13 taxi via Bravo.
1-3.
Ramp 13 via Bravo. Easy 1 X-ray.
Which one's ramp 1-3? It's too small. Oh, whatever. It's just too small. My track IR just ran out of battery. Perfect timing. Alright. So where's ramp 13? Yeah, ramp 13 is just too small. Looking at the charts here. But yeah, it's the one right in front of me to the left. You know what? I'm gonna taxi to anywhere but 13. So we're almost running out of fuel anyway. Is that the one? Yeah, oh, it's full. That's why it's telling me to go there. Alright. I can't afford to just drive around this airport. So it's somewhere over here. Where's the marshal? You know what? I'm gonna do a trick here, because I never got this small park, so just warp me there. There we go. So I'm right in front of the Cessnas. That's not good. So, yeah. Anyway, that could have gone a lot better. Welcome to Innsbruck. It's not my best landing. Everybody survived regardless. So I'm just prepping the plane to shut down. We still don't have GPU, but we got the chocks on. And we're going to shut down our engines. Yeah, the landing wasn't that bad. So we 2 hours and 45 total minutes, give or take, with the jump in between. Not my best landing, but I kind of give up already for some time now. I gotta take this with some fun, right? Otherwise I'll get depressed really quick, because I can't land the freaking plane anytime. So let's ask for the GPU. Where is that? Where's the GPU request? There it is. Because we're running out of juice awfully quick. Now let's request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Do we have stairs? We do have stairs. We also have some pretty Cessnas here. I'm telling you, I've never parked my plane in this spot ever. Let me just reset my track IR. Yeah, so final approach twice, had to go around, vectors were insane, and now the planes are gone. Oh. I think Beyond ATC crashed, let me check. Yep, Beyond ATC crashed, that's why the traffic is gone. I really wish I could remove these two static planes. These are scenery planes. I need to remove those because they steal a lot of agency. Now that the stairs are in, let's turn off the beacon light so we can start our GSX deboarding.
Passenger's bus is coming.
There it is. Yeah. Don't mind what just happened and don't think that this is an airplane problem. That was really a me problem. The FS Labs is an excellent module, so there was a slight approach issue there. It didn't follow our nav as it should, but if you want a really good simulation of the Airbus A321neo, then this is the plane to go. Innsbruck is a beautiful destination, and it's a really cool place to visit with your flight simulator. It's actually a good suggestion for you for your first Neo flight if you ever get the FS Labs A321neo, and you can easily get it because I'm giving one away. So on the lower left screen you got that little banner, and it's telling you to look in the video description on this video right here. And yeah, just all I need to do is, once again, I need to reach 100 subscribers. This is my personal goal. And you guys need to come here to the chat and just tell me how much you want this plane and why are you the best one to get it. I'll pick a winner after I get to 100 subs. You can talk to me here in live chat, or you can just leave a message as a reply to this video, but I really wish that you would come live so we can have everybody see that you're talking and what you're saying, and I'll gladly offer one FS Labs A321neo to one lucky winner to enjoy the Tyrolean mountains or anywhere else in the world. There's really no better simulation for the A321neo out there currently. This is top notch. FS Labs did a terrific job with this plane, so you would be very glad to have a $75 value module that FS Labs gladly and happily gave it to me to give it to you. I already have the FS Labs A321neo, as you can see, but now is a chance to get one as well. Fly just like me. Well, maybe not make such approaches as I do. Maybe do better approaches than I do, but certainly fly with the same gear, at least same aircraft. And this is a very cool aircraft to fly with. So thank you for your time. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for surviving that landing. It was really cool to have all you guys watching. Hopefully there will be more. Help me get to those 100 subscribers and you will probably win this amazing A321neo. That's it. Remember to leave a like, subscribe. That's also part of the deal. If you like and subscribe to my videos. All these passengers are shaking because we had to make this crazy approach, then a even crazier go around, and a second approach that went a lot better. But you don't have to shake, you just have to participate, and maybe you'll shake with happiness. How about that? That's it from me. Hope to see you soon and have a nice day.
Passengers bus is coming.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high. Climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the